Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mystery Sports Podcast. And Bruno Fernandes, you are the best number 10 in the world. There's no arguing about that. Record breaker, single-handedly getting Manchester United into the Champions League and winning games of football. I think what we've got to just say really about Bruno is that he is he is just world class. There's no arguing about it. No rival fan can tell me no, Bruno Fernandes isn't this kind of world class isn't world class and isn't good enough. All he does is moan because that is just utter nonsense. From what we've just seen here today, Bruno Fernandes, just take your hat off, mate. Just wow, just wow. I think what we saw in that game. Now, I missed the first half, but you could tell when I've seen some of the clips back and from what Sky Sports are showing on the halftime kind of thing is that United lacked any kind of enthusiasm. We had that chance with Delo. Great save from Martinez. What a save. But and Ahmad, the header I meant, and then Delo obviously blazing it over the bar, which is absolutely ridiculous from Delo. But, from what we've seen there from Bruno in that second half, I think it was one of the corners straight away that United got, and he sprinted over to get the ball just to set the tempo of that game and to make sure that United were not lethargic, were wanting to go for wanted to get the win. And I think, we saw that from Bruno and Casemiro in particular, and Bruno at some certain points of the game when he was making those forward runs. But Bruno Fernandes, you are an absolute magnifico. Honestly, he's our Portuguese magnifico. He's not the Mbappes and Haalands of the world. We all know that, but he's like our Mbappe and Haaland. He is just fantastic, and there's nothing more amazing about Bruno, and it just goes to show that the haters of Bruno have just been sat down once again by him, and to be on 16 Premier Leagues assist, the record for United, beating Beckham, who's on 15, and he's only 4 assists away from breaking De Bruyne's, and I think it's Henri's record. But De Bruyne, I know, definitely holds the record for most of Premier League assists in a single season. He's four assists away. He's approaching nearly double the assists that other Premier League players are on this season. And I think he will do it with 8 games to go. I mean, from his stats, he's almost like if he's gonna get an assist nearly every game. Obviously, it's not that, but he could potentially. I think he will break the assist record. I don't really see how United, well, not United, how Bruno doesn't break that record unless he were to get injured, really. But it just shows United need to keep Bruno and they need to offer him this summer, I think, 400k a week, give him 100k extra, and it. Even though it's a lot of money, it might be. I think it's 5 million a year. But if that's going to get you Champions League football and that's going to get you competing, then you've got to pay that price. Because Bruno Fernandes is a world class player, and today is a statement of why he is such a world class player. But United, though, realistically, we weren't the best of sides in that first half, but we made it work and we won. So now, as you can see, the league table really, 29 games. No, 29. We played 30. I need to refresh that. My bad. I will refresh that. There you go. As you can see, 30 games, 54 points, 3 points clear of Villa, 6 points clear of Chelsea, 6 points at the time now clear of Liverpool. We'll probably go down to 3 because Tottenham have got no chance of beating Liverpool. If they do, unreal scenes there. But I think it just shows that United are guaranteed to get top 4 now. I think we can probably say we're in the driving seat to get third now, with it being 3 points clear and 6 points clear of the other 2. Just well done. We got the 3 points. We did what we needed to do, and it just put daylight there, and that's what United had to do: put daylight between ourselves and those below us, especially because Chelsea slipped up, and obviously played Villa. Liverpool could slip up. Who knows? But I don't think that will happen. Y it just yeah, it was just the Bruno Fernandes show, as the title is. He's getting us Champions League football, and there's no one could argue against me who can who can change my opinion that Bruno is not good enough for United. Maybe when he was playing in that centre mid position, yeah, he's not a centre mid, he's a number 10. And that's why I'm not gonna say he's the best centre mid in the world because I don't think that. I think he's the best 10 in the world. And being a 10 is a completely different job to being a centre mid. I think Bruno's work rate today was fantastic and his leadership on that pitch. I know it's not the best, and some people may disagree with his leadership style, but I think it was fantastic from Bruno, and that's why we won the game. Um, and let's just go on to the stats of that game. Look at that. You straight away player of the match, Bruno Fernandes. We all know that was going to happen realistically, and we'll go into the player ratings in a second now. But when you're 3-1, it was a good performance from United in that second half, really. Casemiro, brilliant header, I thought. To get himself away from a marker and have a free header, brilliant from him. Obviously, the goal to make it 1-1, did it touch Onana? Did it not? I think it's really harsh if you're not going to give the goal for that because Ross Barkley has hit that ball sweetly and, it's a good goal. And then, the weighted pass from Bruno to Cunha was just spot on. There's nothing better than seeing a beautifully weighted ball through. And, Bruno's probably should have had a hat trick of assists, really. Shesko, I know obviously you scored, but you should have made it 4-1 realistically. Shesko goal was just a very good finish. He can't be stopped currently, can he? Um, it was just good to see from Shesko. And I think what really worked as well was that we didn't play Shesko. I think if you play Shesko in these type of games, maybe the chances that we were creating may have not been in this. We might have not crossed the ball, or we may have crossed the ball, but Villa may have been used to that and defended it well. Whereas, we were crossing the ball in, and you could say maybe Shesko is the right guy to get on and to bring him on after on 75 minutes, giving him 15 minutes to obviously try and create a bit of havoc. Then it could work, and it did work today where we put the ball in the box, it kind of bobbled about, and Shesko's just hit it and it's gone in. And it was, you take those kind of deflected goals, you've got to ride your luck as a striker, and I think Shesko did that perfectly. And 9 goals in the Premier League, you probably get double figures, and I think that's a good outing for Shesko. I think, especially being a new striker in the Premier League, you've got to try get a decent run of form. I think Shesko has done. He's becoming like the new Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, really super sub, coming on and scoring. He's done it so many times for United under Carrick, and you know, let's hopefully we can carry it on and keep this momentum going into Bournemouth on Friday at 8 o'clock. It's away from home. It'll be a tough game, but we should look forward to that. Take a bit of confidence from this game, and if we can get another 3 points there, then United are in a good position, and we can look forward to Champions League football, I would say. If we go on to the player ratings now, though, so Senna Lemons obviously didn't really have too much to do. He made a couple of good saves. That one from, I think it was Onana, where he just shot it, and it was kind of straight at him, but good save really. So I'll probably give him a 6. Shaw, I think Shaw had an okay game. Didn't play against Newcastle, but I think he did well. Probably give him a 6 as well. Maguire, Yoro, both getting yellow cards, but didn't do it really. Put a foot wrong. Really controlled the game really when we're trying to pass the ball out from the back. So probably give them both 6.5s. Delo, he probably should have scored 2 goals, really. The one where in the second half where he's gone through and he's kind of missed his header. I mean, you should be scoring. And the one in the first half where you're like, yeah, I think 6 yards out, probably 7 yards out. No pun intended. You probably should have scored then. So, you're having that, you're 1-0 up at half time, aren't you, really? Casemiro, obviously playing 91 minutes, get himself a yellow card, doesn't really matter. Got the goal. I think Casemiro is absolutely vital in United. And if I was United, I would put in a year deal with him. If we can sign someone like Baleba or Anderson or whoever it may be, having Casemiro there to kind of mentor him before Casemiro were to leave, then, I think that would be class, and especially with Champions League football, you need that squad depth, and I think Casemiro, not just squad depth, very, very experienced squad depth for someone who's won 5 Champions Leagues, and if you're playing Champions League football next year, you want someone who's won the Champions League there. So Casemiro, I'd give him a 7. Mainu, probably 7 again. I thought the little bit at the end where him, Cunha, and Shaw, those little, mainly the flick passes were just unreal, and it just shows his quality. So 7 for Mainu. Cunha getting a goal, I think, in a very good game, doing what he needed to do, probably 7. Bruno, 2 assists. Probably should have had a hat trick of assists. He could have scored as well if Ugati's ball was better to him, but Bruno Fernandes, 10 out of 10. Ahmad, first half, having that great shot, looked very good. He was running with the ball. I think second half, he kind of drifted away from the game. Probably give him a 6. Brian Mbeumo, 6 as well. I think his performance, yes, he's not scored or assist, but I think Brian Mbeumo was very influential in making those runs forward. There was a couple of times where if it probably would have been Bruno, he could have played that ball forward to and slipped Mbeumo through like he did with Cunha and Shesko. If it was Bruno there, I think he could have found him, and Mbeumo could have had a goal. But I think 6 fair um, assessment on his game. In terms of substitutions, United only making 2 subs. Manuel Ugarte coming on 91 minutes didn't really do too much. He could have got an assist with Bruno. Just the pass was a bit too heavy, so I'd probably give him 6. And Shesko getting a goal, probably 7. Good goal. Did what he needed to do in terms of getting that goal, making an impact on the bench, and he definitely did that. So 7 for him. And then Michael Carrick's overall rating, I'd probably give Carrick a 7 as well. I think the first half wasn't the best from United, as I've said before, but going in out the plays at halftime, he definitely must have had a go at them, and the reaction that we got in that second half was fantastic to see. And you know, these questions have got to be asked: where was that against Villa? Not Villa, against Newcastle. If you were to go out in that second half against Newcastle, that game United might have won that game, but that's in the past now. United are 3rd in the league. We do play on Friday against Bournemouth away from home. I will be doing a preview for that game, possibly Thursday, maybe Friday, depending on how busy my schedule is. But brilliant result for United. Chelsea slip up. United punishing that slip up and putting daylight between themselves, Liverpool and Villa. And yeah, really good, really good. That second half, can't really complain. And Bruno Fernandes is the best 10 in the world. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share to all your family and friends. Catch you all in a bit.